Hey guys, it's Fatality here. This is my Q&A for August, September. Got a lot of questions in. Got some cool stuff to show you as well. I've been traveling a little bit lately. Labor Day weekend was just recently, and I got some video footage of that going on and so forth. So definitely have some cool stuff to show you. Let's kind of dive into the questions, and we'll kind of just go along with the flow. The first question comes on Twitter from Havoc Giselle Howell. He goes, "What's your handicap in golf? What type of clubs do you use?" And so forth. He knows I play golf. I'm actually going to a golf tournament this weekend in San Antonio. But my handicap right now is a 5.8 index. I actually got my first hole in one this year, which was very exciting. I actually have the flag and the ball and the club and everything, which is and the tee, which is awesome. I was really happy to get that. And my dad's like 60-something years old, and he's been playing golf way longer than I have, and he's still never got a hole in one. So I'm constantly giving my dad a hard time. It's like, Dad, it took me 33 years. You're still working on your first one. You're 60. So I always me and my dad play a lot of golf together. We actually won member guest this year in Kansas City. We actually won the member guest tournament there in Kansas City, and we actually took third here in Vegas for a member guest at my golf course. But I like playing golf. It's fun time with my dad and so forth. Something we share in common because he doesn't play video games. Okay, so next question. We'll go on to Vincer QL. Are you familiar with upcoming Arena FPS new UT, Reborn, Blue Streak, Reflex? Do you think any of them will become big? I obviously I've heard of all the games. UT probably has probably the most potential. As other games, I mean, it just comes down to the community getting behind it, but also the developers getting behind it. We need money to be thrown at these tournaments, and we need sponsors to come in and be a part of showing these esports games and so forth, and get that arena shooter back in the lineup of top esports games to play, like I played for 8+ years. Okay, the next question is Fatality on Twitch. Will you? This is from El Crunkus. On Twitch, will you tell us what you were thinking during your match versus 0-4 at QuakeCon 2002? This is a great idea. I've actually been thinking about going back in a lot of my demos and kind of like going through my thought process. Maybe explaining a little bit before the match happened, like what was going on, and after the match was going on, what was going through my mind and what was going on in my life at that time, and kind of just explain, the strategies I was using and so forth, and what I was feeling during the game. I think this is a great thing to do, and I really need to do this. I think it would be, entertaining and could be fun. So I might need a co-host with me to do that. Maybe Squirrely will help me do it, but we'll see. This is a good idea. Joe Ferreira, he asks, is looking forward to Doom. Yeah, I mean, everyone looks forward to Doom. Doom 3 was scary, a lot of fun. I actually won 25 grand playing that game. I only played it for 1 week. And then I traveled around the world doing exhibition matches in that game for a long time. I went to Russia, and I got a chance to play against Cooler, and played a bunch of other gamers across the globe, and then I had my big infamous match versus Rocket Boy, where he actually beat me on the Great Wall of China. So, but it was all in good fun. I got my revenge and painkiller on him, so that was sweet. But yeah, I mean, Doom was a good game, and I'm looking forward to Doom 4, it being scary again and fun to play. Turn my lights off and get in that dark environment. I used to play in the basement of my house back in Missouri. And back there in the basement, I had actually spiders in my basement. So, it was scary. I always had my feet up, and I had the surround sound 7.1 speaker system from Creative and Sound Blaster, and I just wanted to immerse myself in that game so much. It was a ton of fun. Okay, so I guess we'll go to Facebook. Tabang Mabina, he asked what specs are on your rig. I actually already loaded up the web page here, as you can see, on Fatality Gaming Gear website, and kind of going through my setup right now. I'm using my Fatality gaming motherboard from ASRock, the X79 Champion Series motherboard. I'm overclocking my computer right now to 4.6 gigahertz. It's very powerful. Obviously, I'm using my Fatality Champion Series Sound Blaster Recon 3D sound card. Using my 1,000 watt power supply unit from OCZ. OCZ is no longer in business, but we are working on things to reconcile the power supply business. Processor Sandy Bridge, using the the E3930K, 3.2 gigahertz. Like I said, I'm overclocking to 4.6 gigahertz, but I can get a lot more out of it. I just stopped there. Here's my RAM, my graphics card. NVIDIA is nice enough to send me two 680 GTX SLIs. The CPU Corsair, I love the water cooling, makes the computer a little bit more quiet. And the monitor I'm using right now is the VG248QE. This is basically as close as you get, and close as I've been able to get to a CRT style of gameplay on my monitor, which is awesome. So I actually made this game, or made this computer basically to stream for you guys, to stream this really high quality video to you on twitch.tv/fatality. I've been streaming a lot of games recently, and one day I actually had up to 3,000 viewers watching me on Twitch. So definitely I can feel my followers and everything picking up on Twitch, which is really nice and a lot of fun. It's all kind of word by mouth. I mean, I'm only promoting on Facebook and Twitter on my own personal sites, and the rest is word by mouth. So it's very cool to see the community come together and help bring some viewers to my channel, whereas before it's mainly just for like the hardcore fans of my company and myself. Okay, any new? I guess I would kind of go into talk about Labor Day weekend before I answer the final 5 questions. I wanted to kind of show you some videos of me going whitewater rafting, and I thought you guys might like to see some of this stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and load it and kind of give you a little shot at it. It was an awesome experience. Definitely, I suggest doing it. It's up in Auburn, California, where I went with the American River, and you can see here I have my GoPro on my helmet. This guy was hilarious. His nickname was Dirty Lou. But I'll show you just this little spot here. That water was cold.
High five. Get him up in the middle. Right here. Nice work. Welcome to the middle fork of the American.
So that was the beginning of my trip for basically my Labor Day weekend with Ken Ortowski and Maya. Also lives here to the left. She works for Riot Games, managing the skins that go on in the game, and her boyfriend Jamil, who's actually in American Idol. I think he's in the final 20 of American Idol this year, which is really cool. He's a very talented singer, and it was actually his birthday this weekend, so we got a chance to hang out and celebrate with him a little bit. Anyways, I just wanted to kind of show you that a little bit. I'll let it keep running in the background for right now while I answer the rest of the questions. Then I have one more shot to show you. Okay, so any new Fatality products coming out soon from Justin Catalic. Definitely there's some more products coming out. We're working on solving some of the the issues in the power supply business. And we are working, always to find new manufacturers and produce more products. But we do have some new products in the pipeline. We did just release the Fatality X99 gaming motherboard from ASRock. So that was our newest product. But we've launched like 5 or 6 new motherboards this year already. So it's been a good, been an exciting year so far, and looking forward to keep pushing it for the next year and a half with new products coming out, hopefully. What is the best competitive oriented FPS you've ever played? The best oriented FPS I ever played was definitely Painkiller. I loved that game. It was so much fun, and it was the competition every month. It was just the money that was up for grabs, the rivalries, everything was superb in that game. So for me, I loved that game. Then I guess we'll go to the next question from Chris Prairie. What one piece of gear do you think really helped your competitiveness? I think the mouse pad actually helped me a ton. I created the Fatality mouse pad, basically creating the first big oversized mouse pad in the world. And I'm actually thinking about relaunching this mouse pad business. It's been kind of it's what started my career and started my business, Fatality gaming gear in general. But this thing helped me a lot. It helped me not pick up the mouse as much, and helped me to always be in action, always be in a fight, and always be doing damage. Never picking up my mouse and then readjusting it and not doing damage. So then, what games would you like to see go big in esports? From Chase Hardison. Obviously first-person shooters, 1v1. I love that arena. I love that style of fighting. I love the skill involved. I love the players. That's just what I like. But I'm all for esports in general, like everything about it. From League of Legends to Dota 2 to StarCraft to Hearthstone. The list goes on. I'm a big fan of esports in general. Being one of the first guys doing it full time. I'm just very passionate about esports in general. It just is something I've always been a fan of, and always trying to make sure that people know esports is a very serious business. It is competitive. It is real. I don't like people taking esports lightly. I think it's the next sport of our 21st century. So I'm gonna keep pushing that. The final question is from Aaron Carlton. What would you suggest to someone who is wanting to pursue a career in any sort of video game media, playing media, etc.? Obviously, schooling. All these companies need social media. They need graphic designers. They need programmers. There's so many different things. But sometimes I think the easiest way into a gaming company is maybe become a game tester. You don't really have to have that many skills to become a game tester, but that's the first step of getting your foot in the door sometimes for some of these companies, and could take you a long way. I'm going to go ahead and load up the final video, if I can find it here. Let's see here. One second. Let's see here. I think I have it right here. No. That's not it. I have the final one that's really cool. I think you guys will like it. This is actually Ben. He owns a company called Woodchuck. Makes wood casing or wood on anything. iPhone cases, airplanes, all kinds of stuff. Pretty cool guy. Just met him, a few months ago, like 6 months ago maybe. But makes some very cool stuff and does some really cool stuff for like corporate gifting and so forth. Let's go ahead and fast forward it to the spot that we want to be at. We have a big group. We had like 20 people come out there. It was a lot of fun. There's William Quigley, Bitcoin genius. Oh, here we go. Here we go. This is a pretty awesome little ride. This is why you go on the American River. Watch, here we go. This is the ride. It was pretty scary when you're like in that raft. You're trying to dodge that. It's called the head cutter. Yeah, so that's basically it, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Had an awesome Labor Day weekend. I hope you guys had a great Labor Day weekend as well. Make sure you follow me on Twitter at @Fatality. Also, come watch me at twitch.tv/Fatality. I'm out of town this weekend, but I'll be back soon. Hope you guys enjoyed the Q&A this month, and definitely look forward to the next one, okay? Submit your questions on Facebook and Twitter, and I'll get to them. Thanks, guys. Hope you guys have a great weekend, great time this weekend, and I'll take care, and I'll see you later. Bye, guys.